everyone, welcome to the Witching Hour. My name is Michelle and I'm a witch. I'm going to be doing a timeless, interactive reading for the element of Earth. That includes the Earth signs, but it includes where Earth is present anywhere on your natal chart, regardless of your sign. So if you're an air sign, water sign, earth sign, or fire sign, you can watch this video. It's not just for earth signs, for everybody. But it's really more about what is the earth saying to us. So I'm in the middle of doing some smudging. I have shuffled and drawn the cards which are face down and waiting to be revealed. I don't want to waste screen time shuffling because I don't have a lot of battery, ever. So here are the cards. I am using, as always, Witch's Wisdom Oracle by Barbara Michael John Free and Flavie K. Peters, illustrated by Richard Crooks. And there that is. Those are out of the UK, and they're wonderful. Very strong, powerful cards those are. And for the tarot, the Sacred Circle Tarot, it's Celtic Pagan Journey by Anna Franklin, illustrated by Paul Mason. My other standby. Love these cards so much. They have really good, strong energy. So before we start, I'm going to invoke the element of Earth by reading a blessing that is written by Travis Bowman. Here and now, I evoke the elemental force of Earth, the soil of fertility and growth, fecund source of stability, stillness, and health. I seek the deep cavern within, that I might patiently build strength, mystery, sanctuary, and abundance. I call you forth to filter away all that is impure, and to stand rooted in this world. Mountain and dust, footstep and stone, earth, I call thee hence. I'm going to bring in, this is my labradorite crystal, and I like to use this particularly when working with earth energy, especially with nature. You can see the glow on it. I feel a definitely strong fairy connection with this stone, and I have used it in earth communication. I love it. The element, not just the element of earth, but the elementals of earth. So I want to bring that here. I also want to relight my candle because it went out. Alright. So on the bottom of the deck of Witch's Wisdom, I drew the 3 cards, and I'll show those to you. And on the bottom of the deck, after I shuffled and drew them, we have the underlying energy of spirit initiation. I think that's a very strong and powerful message. That's what Earth is saying is underneath everything that's going on right now. And under the tarot is the 5 of Wands, grounding. I think it's interesting. This deck has its own particular interpretation, and I like to go with it. My own intuition also will kick in, as well as channeled messages. Here are the 3 cards that are leading the reading. These are the 3 oracle cards. The first message, which is all the events pertaining to before the reading, it's going to be read as before, during, and after, since this is a timeless reading, as opposed to past, present, future. It's before, during, and after the reading. The elements and the elementals of earth, working through spirit, channeling through you, are the energies of the hearth and homecoming. So this has to do with the goddess Breed, or Bridget, the hearth fire of home, inner healing, physical healing, spiritual healing. What I'm seeing is spirit channeling itself through you again after a period of burnout. That's what I'm feeling that this is talking about. So that's the before card. The during the reading card that is leading the reading, the oracle card, is guidance. And I immediately got the impression that we should be guiding ourselves, that our spirit is reconstituting us. It's like, what the phrase I'm hearing is like, it's an inner refurbishing, as if you were refurbishing your home, and many of you might be refurbishing your home, like gutting it out cosmetically and then putting back in new furnishings, or just like rearranging things, stuff like that. So all types of refurbishing manifesting in your life. In the physical. It's manifesting in the physical because it's what's going on inside. So it's like Spirit is saying, what's going on within is what's really going on, and then you're seeing it in the outer world as well. So if you've had urges, I feel like it's important to tell you, if you've had urges to like rearrange all your furniture and it's all good, go with it. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be put in place permanently. It just needs to create a change of energy flow. And that's what I'm getting for you now. So for after the reading, we have the card of the chalice, fulfillment. That's beautiful. So if you've been feeling all this and acting on it, then that's good. You're on the right track. Whew. There's a lot of energy coming through those cards. A lot. Wowee. Wow. Okay, I'm going to put them on my lap and hold them close to me while I am talking to you. Okay, so now we're going to start with the tarot. And I have specific lines of energy. We have a row for the sign of Virgo, a row for the sign of Capricorn, a row for the sign of Taurus. It's going to go Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, okay? We're entering the season of Virgo in real time, but this reading is timeless and fluid, and anytime you come back to it is the right time to see it. So if you see this 6 months from now, it's the right time for you. So the Virgo energy of the past, we're going to look at the whole row, but we're going to look at it in the past or before the reading. We have skill. It's the 8 of discs. This has been an ongoing change for you. Ongoing change for many Virgos. I feel all of you out there. Woo-hoo. There are a lot of you watching this. A lot, like your eyes are on what's going on. I feel it. I can feel it. Your eyes are on what's going on. This has been a long ongoing change. Right up until now, and it's like, I think what it feels like to me is you're saying, this is not just a means to an end type of change. It might have felt that way at first, but now what it feels like is it's become something that I do all the time now. It's become my life. And that's absolutely a good thing. The Taurus energy for the past is, I'm laying out the rest of the cards right now. Okay. Taurian energy in the mix. Don't think this is just restricted to Taurians or Virgos or Capricorns. This is for all of us, all signs. And it is specifically for us earth signs, but it's for all signs, okay? But this is specifically the Taurian energy that's incorporated into the mix. Okay? Hope that makes sense. In Taurus, it's the 4 of Cups. Discontent. I immediately want to say, don't lock into that description, first of all. But this is more about a revamping and a renewing not so much about discontent, like I'm never happy with anything. It's not that. It's about renewal. That's what that's about. It's about renewal. But I really feel like I'm feeling this feeling of, I try so hard to make it work in the physical world. And there's something missing. You're feeling this. Is the feeling I'm getting from someone out there, from one of you, or many of you. There's something missing. I don't want to just try to be happy. I don't want to just be the only one creating happiness in my life. It's like you fully get that you're responsible for your own feelings, but you're kind of getting the picture. What you're bringing in now is that you're kind of getting the picture, and you already have gotten this by the time you're reading this. And you might still be active in it, but it's like you're kind of getting the picture, just like the Virgoan energy. It's like, well, I did this at first as a means to an end. It was a new thing to try, and it was like, wow, it was an epiphany. It was great, and now I understand this is a permanent fixture in my life, not the discontent, but the feeling of, I can't do this alone. It takes more than just one person to be happy. Okay, I get all the self-responsibility and all of that. But it's like you're starting to get the idea, which the universe is saying to you is the right idea. It's like you're getting it. You practiced it on your own long enough, and now you understand that it's about all of us coming together. It's about cohesion. It's about integration, integrity. Integrity is a very strong word I'm getting for the Taurus, the Taurian energy. So if you're a Taurus and you've been experiencing like matters of integrity, appreciation, gratitude, and you're wanting people to appreciate you more because you've already done all the ongoing work of practicing gratitude, practicing appreciation, doing the best you can, and saying, geez, I need some help here. Not because you're not doing a good job, but because you're like, I got it on my own. Now I want someone to come in on this with me. Okay, so that's kind of like the feeling you were holding. And it's like the universe is like just waiting for your development. It's like waiting until you're in a certain place emotionally before it. I feel like the universe literally bringing down something to you and saying, okay, she's ready, he's ready. Here, I'm gonna put it down here now into their life. And whatever that is for you, it's fulfilling. It's about fulfillment. It's not just about personal responsibility, personal fulfillment. It's about, you're like, you know that this is how the universe is supposed to be. And you have been waiting for this kind of fulfillment for a very long time. And you've been doing the work. There should be no misconception. So hopefully what I just said, there should be no misconception, is a reminder to you. Someone is right now being reminded of the fact that you have done all the work. There should be no misconception that you've been doing the work. You've been. There's nothing wrong. Stop. Don't criticize yourself. Don't say, what am I doing wrong? Don't do that anymore, is what it was like. I started to say don't do that, and I got the additional word anymore with a strong emphasis on it. So it's like Spirit is saying, don't do that anymore. Don't say, what am I doing wrong? Don't say that. Don't do it anymore to yourself. Okay? And that's not just for Taurians, it's for everybody. All right. And the next is Discord, Three of Swords, the Capricorn energy. But for all of us, in the past, there was a healing. There was a healing going on. I'm just getting this, okay? There was an important healing going on. You were in the middle of a very important work of healing. And it's not all about the metaphysical sense of being a healer, of you being a practitioner of any kind. You were doing the important work of a healing in your life, and it included the lives of others. You were really engaged in this work, and you were like you were really engaged. You were going at it with a lot of, with all your heart, okay? And it's like, I'm not doing this right. I'm thinking this. It's like, I'm not doing this right. It's not work. It's like not taking off. It's not lifting off the ground. And you started to figure out why and what was going on. More people need to be involved. It takes a village, not just to raise a child. You know, you're a child of God and the goddess, right? God and goddess. They're your parents. You're not an orphan. And you shouldn't feel that way. But that's what was kind of being reflected in your life in the past, prior to this reading. And you're like, okay, I accept it. Okay, I'm going to heal myself. You kind of did all of this, all the required things on the to-do list of taking responsibility for this. And it's like, and yet still, there was this, people weren't like incorporating themselves into that process with you. It's like, okay, we're one, but I just feel alone, isolated, doing this all on my own. And Spirit is in fact saying that it's like, you've taken enough responsibility, you have done the work, we're bringing it down to you. So don't just hang in there. Don't be afraid are the words I'm getting. Don't be afraid. You're never alone. We've been watching. We've been watching. Stop thinking that we're grading you on your performance. Those are the channel messages I'm getting. We're not grading you on your performance, so stop evaluating yourself so much that way. An evaluation is more of a taking of stock inventory. A quick, not superficial. But it's like, don't do the self-evaluation of picking yourself apart with criticism or judgment, because Spirit is not, Earth is not doing that, is what I heard. Earth is not doing that. So the things you're waiting for to manifest is not judging you. That's making sense to someone, in fact, to a lot of people. It's like you're talking to the things you want to manifest and saying, why aren't you here yet? As if you have a relationship with them already, if that makes sense. It's like, yeah, if that makes sense. It's like you have a relationship with these things already. And you're like talking to them, you're communicating with them and saying, why aren't you here? What am I doing wrong? You know, and it's causing a lot of emotional turmoil. I can feel, empathically feel the pain that you're all in. And not all of you. This isn't for all of you, but to one degree or another, it's all of us. It is all of us, and we're all in this together, and we're all feeling it. Some of us to varying degrees. Okay, so in the present, in the now, the guidance that's being offered to us, it's all being about the guidance from the outside, seemingly from other source, from the source, but from ourselves, informing ourselves is what I'm hearing. And it's it's the Ten of Wands. The description of it from this deck is force. Forcing the issue. Not accepting within yourself that you have done the appropriate amount of work. You feel like you have to keep forcing yourself to go on and do more and do more and do more. And you don't have to. You don't have to feel afraid that if you relax and rest that your dream is going to float away. You're going to lose it. You're not going to lose the hard work you've done. I don't feel that you're forcing the issue so much as you are thinking you need to put more of your force into it, and Spirit saying, no, you don't. You get the wrong idea about that. So let's incorporate that with the rest. Intellect. Ace of Swords. this is about epiphanies. This is about sitting back and not trying to figure it out. Don't figure it out and don't try. To let spirit and yourself at the same time meet in the middle as far as information. So in other words, don't think, let the ideas come to you. Materialism, 4 of discs. Yeah. There is a sense of over-responsibility. And yet I'm getting such a wonderful feeling from that card too. It's like you're really discovering what true security is about. It's really more about peace of mind, and it's really more about emotional security than what you're manifesting. And you know that. You know that, and you have peace of mind about it. And let that peace of mind take root and grow. Give it some wiggle room. Give it some wiggle room and stop putting too much of your energy into it is what I'm getting. You don't need as much of your energy as you do. Let spirit meet you halfway. And there's an issue of trust there, yes. We've all struggled with that. But what if spirit doesn't? What if spirit really isn't there? You know, it's like this is the time when you can relax and trust your own intuitive instincts and feelings and acting on them, and to be relaxed about it in the sense of, I might make a mistake in how I do this specifically executing a particular action. It's not going to mess up the whole apple cart. One misstep. It isn't even a misstep. It's just more of being human. And that's allowed. So it's like factor in being human and don't be afraid that that's going to mess up the end result. Because then that keeps your mind constantly in the future about the results and how is it going to be. And everything in the moment ends up being a means to an end, and you don't get to enjoy it. And you don't get to, I'm seeing like the word sucking up the joy out of it. You know, like you're supposed to be absorbing the joy of the process. So be present in the process of it. These dreams are what I'm getting is these dreams are precious to the universe as well. The materialization of this is precious to the universe as well, not just you. There are other people who are wanting this. There are other people, so know that. It's like here's them, here's you. And it's like you want it, they want it. And then the more you relax, the more you're just going to touch together. If that makes sense. There are other people who are wanting this. It's not just you who's looking. Groping in the dark is what I'm hearing. It's like you're not just groping in the dark and, oh, I found it. And am I going to find it because I can't see anything? That kind of a feeling. It's more like, no, you're wanting it, and in the dark, just know there's someone else doing this too, reaching for you, reaching. And then you find each other. You find each other. And it might feel emotional. I'm kind of feeling choked up. It's like they're groping in the dark too. They need you just as much as you need them. And you'll find each other. You'll be a light for each other. That's what I'm feeling. Pardon me, that was very emotional. Okay. That's why I guess the energy after the reading, and it's why it's so fulfilling. It's the ultimate fulfillment. This is what I just heard. It's the ultimate fulfillment. Whatever that means for you. And yes, it's not just about manifesting a relationship. It's about manifesting a relationship that encompasses your life. What I'm getting from Spirit is it's not about having a life and bringing a relationship into it. It's about manifesting a relationship, finding each other. Finding each other. Always keep that in your mind. Keep that in your mind. It's about finding each other. each other. Not you finding them finding you. Or the universe doing it, like the master. It's about, with spirit, obviously, through the two of you, finding each other. And then encompassing and holding a life together. You hold the life in the relationship. And it's yours to share. It's your life together to share. You're already a whole person. They're already a whole person. It might be you in this group or your group in their group. Because however this pertains in the manifestation, it is all about relationships. Okay? However that pans out for you based on your desires and skills in creation, what you're creating for yourself, your life, is it, romantic, etc., or not, okay, whatever. But we are talking about relationships here. We are talking about connecting with other human beings. And with them, it's like I'm seeing the whole thing like a family. It's like, oh, we're coming too, and I'm seeing all of the elemental forces of Earth. Literal, that's literal, it's not figurative. The spiritual elemental forces are with that person, and there are those that are present with you, and you're all coming together. Yeah. And now it's like Earth is saying, and that's just us. Wait till you see air, fire, and water. All the elements coming together. It's like you're creating a new universe with this person. It's like the Big Bang Theory. But with spirit, it's like, wow, it's everything. All of the elements are coming together. So in a huge nutshell, that's the statement of that. All the elements, physical and non-physical, spiritual, human, everything. All the elements are coming together in the meeting of these two people, or these two groups, which include physical humans and spirit beings. Wow, that's very powerful. I told you these cards felt really strong. And we're all making it happen, and we're all in this together. Please always remember that. We're all doing this. Pray for each other. All of us. The more we give to our brothers and sisters, the more we're giving to all of us as one. That's what I'm getting. That's the Earth message. See everyone as family. Everyone on the Earth is a family. We're family. It doesn't mean you have to be all kumbaya about it. It's like, but you can let the dysfunctional things go and not touch them or come near them, and you're safe and protected. You don't have to get involved in the toxic people. Of course, this is channeled, but it's more like, okay, so for the people who do resonate with you, and it's not to exclude anyone, it's just to leave them where they are. But for the people you do resonate with, and that you will be connecting with in the physical form, in the interactive form, in life, in relating. You won't be relating with toxic people, you'll be relating with healthy people, but we're all, the ones you will be relating with are family. The ones that you don't even know, who you could relate with, if you meet them in the future, they're your future family. Think of them, bring them into the mix. The people who you don't know yet, people who you just haven't met yet. Think of them as family, and the more you pray for your family, the more the family will come together. Do you understand what I mean? So it's like, think about them. Everybody is a family unit. However, whatever you're making, don't forget that ingredient. That's a channeled message. Whatever you're making, don't forget that ingredient. The family. Think of it as your family you haven't met yet. Everybody, not just the ones that are going to be close to you, but the ones you're going to meet too. Together. Everybody. All those good people. All your brothers and sisters you haven't met yet. Okay? Not the toxic ones. Those are out there. They've placed themselves out there. It just took us recognizing that that was necessary. And then you created the boundary, and now they're out there, and it's fine. You're at peace with it. You're at peace with it. And it doesn't matter if they're not at peace with it. It's not your job to heal them. And why they're not at peace with you protecting yourself, you creating a good, healthy boundary. It's fine. Just leave it all alone. It is as it should be, is what I'm getting. Absolutely. So rest assured in that you've done the right thing in creating boundaries and coming to terms with it, making your peace with it, feeling at peace about it continually. This is like an eternal thing. This is another thing. It's like it wasn't just a means to an end. This is how it is. To human error, you apply forgiveness. To toxic behavior, you apply a boundary. Okay? It's not up to you to change the boundary. It's up to you to be aware that you need to put it in. And they're the ones, they have to deal with it, not you. At that point, they have to deal with it. Okay? So it's like all of that is coming together. All of those components are coming together. And so in the future, or after this reading, what it's going to create is an infusion of spirit. What I was saying earlier in the beginning, spirit will be infusing itself within us. So you're being reborn. You're being reborn and rejuvenated. Not just the refurbishing, but the rejuvenation. Now that you've refurbished internally, and you've noticed I have been doing this a lot on the outside. I keep changing shit around all the time. I got to. You feel compelled? If you know what I'm talking about, then you know it's because you're moving, you're shifting the furniture around inside, and you're waiting for the power source to come on in a new way. It's like I bought different lamps and I haven't turned them on yet. And when I do, it's going to be like illumination. And you are reborn. You are absolutely reborn. There's going to be a contrast. The contrast will be felt, not by you. This is not about gain at someone else's expense. But I think the people who you had out here, and that's why there was such a long notation on that, the people you have out here are going to notice when that thing happens for you. When that thing happens for you. And that's when they're going to want to leech off of that newfound energy that you have. That's what I'm getting. And you have no defensiveness about it because you're already protected and you feel that. Different this time around. That's what I'm getting. It's like different this time around. Definitely different this time around. I don't feel defensive. I don't feel overly protective. I feel like everything's in its place. I feel stronger. I feel capable of protecting. I feel that I've fought the good fight and I don't have to fight. It's like I know how to defend myself, so I don't have to fight. Like that line from the Karate Kid. You know, you learn karate, you're learning how to fight, right? And Mr. Miyagi says, is that what you think? And Daniel-san says, well, no. And so Mr. Miyagi says, well, why are you training then? And Daniel-san says, so I don't have to fight. And he's like, now you're getting it, kid. Now you're getting it. You train to fight, so you don't have to fight. Got it? That's the word. That is the word. And the last one is imagination. So it's like, okay, so you have it's like, wait, isn't this the beginning? Shouldn't there have been, I thought this was the end. When I see imagination, I think of the beginning of something. And that's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. That's what I'm getting, what I'm feeling. It's like, I'm seeing her as holding Excalibur, and she puts the sword in the stone. You wonder how, in the Arthurian legends, how the sword got in the stone? It was this lady. I'm just making this up as I go along, because that's the feeling I'm getting. She puts the sword in the stone, And that in and of itself tests the integrity of people who come and try to draw the stone from the sword. And there isn't just one Arthur. There are many Arthurs. There are many Arthurs. It isn't just that fixed, stoic sense of integrity either. All different personality dynamics. But lots of people with integrity coming into your life is what I'm feeling. You will be materializing this, and it's only just the beginning. And your life will continually feel renewed. This isn't the end, it's the beginning. That's what I'm getting. This isn't the end, it's the beginning. Just looking to see if there's any other messages coming in. The bonus card that fell out, Intuition, Queen of Cups. That was just an extra card that was there. So yes, the more you follow your spiritual instincts and your intuitive instincts, your intuition, I believe that many of you are already feeling it right now. It's not even a future thing. But it's like, as far as the Queen of Swords talking about it feeling like a beginning all the time, it's like that's how you're going to feel every day. Every day will feel new. That type of feeling. That's what you're manifesting. That's pretty damn miraculous if you ask me. Is that you're manifesting the kind of life that feels new every day? As opposed to waking up every morning feeling it's the same old. You're feeling like it's a new day every day. That's pretty damn fantastic. These are the cards that fell out, but this is the one that really jumped out. And this is my card. These are my cards that I made, Soul to Soul Divination and Oracle cards. And I had a vision and a visitation with this lighthouse in Maine. And that's another video. But it has to do with your angel radio, as I heard one reader call it. And it is. It's about having this antenna that connects to spirit and turns your light on. Your light and your intuition and instinct. This is what this is all about, and you're going to be beaming. That is it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your earth reading. Please stay tuned for air, fire, and water readings and spirit. All 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. To connect with me, everything you need to know to connect with me for a personal reading or to make a donation to this channel is in the drop-down box below, and you'll see all the links there. Thank you so much, and from my soul to yours, much love and brightest blessings. Take care. Bye-bye.